While the church continued to mourn the demise of Pope Francis, let's take a look at the rites of the funeral mass that will be said for him on the 26th on Saturday, especially the singing part of the mass. The singing at the mass will be led by the Sistine Choir, which is also known as the Pope's personal choir. The choir will be singing Gregorian chants and polyphony, all in the official language of the church, which is Latin. The initial rite begins with a chant Requiem, which serves as the introit, sung by both the assembly and the scholar, after which we have the introduction by the celebrants at the penitential rite. The Kyriale for this mass will be Missam 18, that is the Ad Missam Pro Defunctis. After the Kyrie, then we have the Collects, all will be said in Latin, that is the official language of the church. Then we have the Liturgy of the Word. The first reading will be taken in English from the Acts of the Apostles. At the end of the reading, the lector chants Verbum Domini and we all reply Deo Gratias. The responsorial psalm is in Latin from Psalm 22. And then we have the second reading, but let's look at the response Verbum Domini. We notice here that it has an interval of a third minor, not like the first reading that has an interval of a perfect fifth. And then we have the Alleluia, which the choir will sing in Gregorian chants and in polyphony. The gospel is proclaimed by a deacon from John chapter 21 verse 15 to 19. At the end of the gospel, the response will rather be Laus tibi Christe. The prayers of the faithful will be said in different languages, while the response will be in Latin, Te rogamus audi nos. The liturgy of the Eucharist begins where everything is chanted in Latin. The preface, the Sanctus, everything is chanted in Latin. Knowing that Latin is the official language of the church, the pamphlets that will be shared on that day will be translated in Latin and Italian. The simple form of Amen will be the response of the assembly after most chants and recitations. The Pater Noster is chanted by all in Latin. After the exchange of the sign of peace, the Agnus Dei is said during the breaking of the bread. During the communion, the famous chant Lux Aeterna will be chanted by the assembly and the Schola Cantorum, while the Out of the Depths will be chanted by the scholar. And probably the polyphony Sicucevus by Palestrina will be sung by the choir as well. After the communion rite is over, the final commendation begins, where the litany of the saints will be sung. Then the prayer of the Eastern churches is said from the funeral office of the Byzantine liturgy. After all these prayers, the choir sing in Paradisum and Chorus Angelorum. The Magnificat is chanted between the Schola Cantorum and the assembly. The assembly sings in Gregorian chants, while the Schola Cantorum chants in polyphony. These end the funeral rite at the St. Peter's Basilica, after which the remains of the Pope is transferred to Mary Major, where he chose to be buried. May the soul of Pope Francis rest in peace. Amen.